And there goes the boat that just dropped me off. And now I'm going to start the trail. Alright, so I'm going to make a new stick here, because the stick on the left I have is good, but the other stick I had, I accidentally ran over it with my car because I put it under my car overnight and I forgot I had left it there. So I broke it, but I found this branch here and I'll turn that into another stick. Alright, so it's done now. It's a good solid stick, though the wood is solid, but I think it might be a little too curved. Plus it's still damp, so once it dries out, it might curve some more. So I'll keep looking for another stick, but it should do in the meantime. Here's a series of ladders that I need to climb down. See a lot of these rusty old cables here left behind in the woods. I guess the loggers left them behind way back when they were logging here, probably in the early 1900s. This bridge here has seen better days. Whoa. Oh. Alright, made it to Thrasher Cove. This is a pretty cool cove. Has an actual beach on it, not just full of rocks like the other ones. There's a couple people with tents over there. I guess they camped overnight or staying tonight. Yeah, so I'm kind of trapped on the beach here for another 2.5 hours because I gotta wait for the high tide to come in before I can head out. If I head out now, I'll get trapped out there on the shelf. So once the high tide's in and passes, I'll head out. In the meantime, I'm just gathering some wood here, and I'll have a little beach fire and cook some noodles for lunch. Alright, so I spent some time on the beach here talking with a few people, and it's high tide now, so I'm going to be heading out. I might get trapped out on the rocks there because apparently the tide's not going to be low enough until 7 p.m. tonight to cross at Owens Point. But, you know, I don't care. I'm going to risk it. I'll go out there. Worst case scenario, I'm trapped on the rocks for a couple hours. That must be Owens Point all the way over there. So I've come across this really cool split tree. It's a pretty recent fall, it looks like, and I had to cross over it, and look at all this sap here. I just got so sticky crossing. There's sap everywhere. It's a really awesome fall down. Check out this piece of wood I found. It looks like one of those halo guns. It's pretty awesome. Whoa. this is pretty cool. I have no idea what it is. Maybe part of an old ship or something, but looks pretty old and rusted. Found a bit of a cave here. Let's go take a look, see what we can find. Okay, there we go. Got the flash on. Oh, cool. There's like somebody's jammed a blue container in there, or it's washed in there. There's a bit of garbage. And then it looks like it might go a little higher up in there. These here are the surge channels, and I'm going to be crossing a lot of these. This one's a little small, but some of them apparently are bigger, and you have to walk up them further this way to get over them because they'll be too wide. Or you can do a risky, dangerous jump. I guess I'll judge them as I come across them. So you can see the trail runs up here into the forest. However, if you look over here on the rock shelf, there's a really nice danger log over there, and I love danger logs. So I'm gonna go head over there and check it out and try and cross there. Alright, I'm on the other side now, but I actually ended up throwing my stuff over and then just walking around. The log itself was too wobbly. Like you can see here, that's not good at all. That's beyond a danger log. So remember, don't put yourself in dangerous situations if you don't have to, especially if you're out hiking by yourself. So it's the end of day one and I made it to my campsite and I'm exhausted. It was only 13K I did today, but apparently it's like the hardest part of the trail because I'm doing it backwards. Yeah, and I'm just here. I'm about to enjoy my dinner. Where is it? I got it here. Veggie burrito bowl. Looks pretty good, smells good. So I'm probably gonna eat that, look at my map, plan out tomorrow, and then go to sleep. Alright, so it's morning now, and I had a pretty rough sleep, and I was sick overnight, but now that I'm going, it's feeling a little better. It's raining, so I got my rain pack on, not too hard though, and I think I got about 14K to do today, so just a little bit more than yesterday. Alright, here's a proper danger log. So you can take the trail down this way, or you can take the danger log here. So this one you just need some balance, but you know, the log is solid. It's not going to roll around like that other one from yesterday down on the beach. Found a little clearing that just leads out to a little lookout here. It's a gloomy day, but I like it like this because when you're hiking in the forest, it actually gives you a good sense of the rainforest, and you can you hear all the sounds and the water dropping, and it's pretty amazing. I'll head back to the trail through here. Here's a cool old growth tree that managed to survive a fire. Alright, so I just passed a mud pit and I slipped and fell in. And yeah, basically got mud everywhere. But I'm sure there'll be a creek coming up that I can jump in and wash off. And it looks like the sun's just starting to come out, so it'll be able to dry me. That is a long way down. There's a cool suspension bridge that I'm going to cross. Oh, there's a boat out there. Whoa. Alright, made it to Walberg Beach. Pretty nice beach. I actually think I'm going to set up here for the night. Just going to go find a spot. Down that side is looking good. There's an old swimming hole here, so I'll go there and wash off. Some cool caves. Check those out too. Oh, there's an eagle up there. Yeah, so I just went for a dip and cleaned myself off. I feel pretty refreshed, and I still got like 2 hours of sunlight, I think. So hopefully my clothes, I'm drying them over there. Hopefully they'll be dry before the sun goes down. So look at these clouds, they're really cool. I like with the sun coming out from them, behind the trees. Got the fire going here. Lakeside camping. My tent's over there. And this is Anne, right? Yeah, okay. A beach fire friend. It's day 3 now, and I feel a little rough. I had some rocks poking into my back last night. But I'm excited because today is supposed to be a lot of shoreline hiking. So no boulders for now. It's just a lot of this rock here that is normally underwater. It's just it's low tide. And this rock is super slippery. I just passed a bunch of people and one of the guys fell. Managed to catch himself. But yeah, it's pretty dangerous. Like every step here you gotta watch out. There's a couple eagles up there. Just saw a bunch of little crabs go into the rocks here. Let me see if I can scare them up. There's one under here. There he is. So yeah, the beach just goes on and on like this. And it's a lot easier to walk in the water than it is... Oh, what's this thing over here? Looks like the window off a boat. There's some ducks over here. Ones with the white spots. So there's a lighthouse way in the distance there, and I think that'll probably be a good spot to stop and have some lunch. Well, this is the first real surf I've come across so far. Too bad I don't have a surfboard here. So I made it to the lighthouse, and I came from that point over there and walked along that beach. And this is pretty cool. They've got like this hook up here, and I guess the hook is used to bring supplies up from the ocean down there. It looks like there's a little anchor point where ships can dock. And this is pretty cool at the lighthouse. I can only assume those are whale bones. So there's a bunch of sea lions on those rocks over there, just relaxing in the sun. They're all making a lot of noise. The tide's coming in now, so I can't really get any closer than this. But it's pretty cool to see them here. So I'm all set up here, and just using my sleeping bag as a sunshade. And tonight I'm going to be sleeping on sand. I'm not usually a fan of camping on sand because sand just gets everywhere in all your gear. But after last night on the sandy rocks, hopefully this will be a little bit better for my back. Alright, there we go. Finally got around to carving some weight off of this stick. It's a lot lighter now. So this is a pretty relaxing spot here. Some good waves. Might actually get a sunset tonight. Past few nights the sunset hasn't been great because it's always dipping behind the trees of the rocks, but I think I'm in a good spot to see one tonight. Alright, I think this is as far as I'm going to wait for this sunset because it is getting really cold now, and you know, camp back there is in the dark. Still a nice sunset though. Alright, it's the next day now, day 4, and I have to make it to this ferry crossing before 3:30 and it's already 11, so I gotta go pretty quick here, and I seem to have backed myself into a corner here with this rock shelf, so I'll have to climb over it. Alright, I made it up. some of these wave birds over here. They stand right next to the waves. I guess feeding off little creatures they find. And then when the wave comes in, they walk back to the shore. I just ran this whole beach, probably a little over 2 kilometers worth, maybe 3 kilometers, with this pack on. Sometimes when you're hiking out here for a while, like I'm on day 4 now, and I did a bunch of hiking before that, you just get a burst of energy. A good song came on, and I did a power run across this beach. Woo! I should have no problem making that ferry now. Here's a really nice beach. You're not allowed to camp here because this is part of the native grounds. It's set on the map. And you can see there's like a little structure here. So it's private property. The trail cuts through it. You just can't stop and camp. We've made it to the river. Now I need to catch a ferry to cross this river.
Steph, is that the end of the toilet paper? You said you were dying.
It's not like a salmon when you're going through their country.
No more?
Some fresh crab.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All to your satisfaction.
Oh, as tasty as ever.
Right on. Just around the corner too is the money shot over there.
Oh yeah?
You see the ocean?
A lot of seagulls on these little islands here. It's nice to see seagulls that are, you know, actually living by the sea, not just in the city eating garbage. Explorer's log, cave number 83, searching for treasure. A dead end. Still no treasure. Man, those video games said there'd be a treasure in at least 1 out of every 3 caves, but I searched every beachside cave I've come across and I haven't found a single treasure chest. Finally made it to the falls. So I just finished setting up for the night, and I found a pretty good spot here, blocked from all the wind on the beach by all this driftwood. And I'm just set up over there. And now I'm cooking my dinner now, and unfortunately I kind of pulled like a muscle here in my leg, on my right leg. So tomorrow I'm gonna probably start a little later, go for a swim in the morning, and see how my leg is feeling. If it's feeling too bad, I'll stick around here for an extra day, but hopefully I can continue on, and if I do, it should be 2 more days until I'm done. I'm using up the last of my fuel here. I don't even know if I'll have enough fuel to finish boiling here. Oh yeah, I probably should. That's almost done boiling. But for the next couple days I'll have to stick to campfire for boiling my water. Day 5. And it is raining out. Just a little drizzle, not bad for hiking in. The problem is my tent here is now soaked, so that's not going to be fun packing up. Just saw a snake go in here. Lost him. Alright, so this is the one cable car on the trail that you actually have to use. I mean, maybe I could somehow make my way to the beach, and it looks like there's a little mouth there that it might not be too deep that I can cross, but from what I saw coming up here, it was all deep water. So I'm going to just try and use this cable car here. Pull myself up now, so I gotta put the phone away. So the water here is pink. I have no idea what could be causing it to be that color. This is an old donkey engine from late 1800s or early 1900s. It was used for hauling cables for loggers. And that is like steam powered, so you just, I guess, shovel wood into there, burn it, and then it would be powering those gears there, which would pull a heavy duty cable, which would hoist logs. Alright, I'm at the 19K mark. My leg is just absolutely done. I'm basically limping along the trail at this point. I think it's just like the muscle, I pulled it here. I need just to stay off of it for 2 or 3 days. But I only have 2 days of food, so I'm going to limp my way 19 kilometers, and hopefully I can do that in the next 2 days. And then I will be able to finally get the rest I need. So there looks to be a whale rib bone here. Oh, that's pretty heavy. And someone has carved in, "Rest in peace, Free Willy." That's pretty funny. So I was just coming a little further up the river here to fill my water, get away from some people on the beach, and I found this amazing waterfall. This is like my own little private little pool here. It's pretty awesome. It's a little chilly out right now, but I'm only 2K away from my next campsite and my leg is feeling better, so I went for a little swim, and yeah, it was pretty refreshing. I finally made it. So this is the last place you can camp on the beach before the end of the trail, or the first place if you're starting from the other end. So the beach is absolutely crowded here. but I see these tall weeds behind me here. They sort of blocked off this section, so I was able to sort of come around the corner. It was like far past where the trail and the river is, so nobody comes back here. But yeah, I found this great spot, and I got like my own little private beach here, and finally, for the first time on this trail, I'll actually get to sleep, you know, without anybody else around. And as beautiful and amazing as this trail is, I prefer to camp, you know, on my own, or if I'm with people, you know, in our own group, rather than, you know, in a crowd of like 30 tents. Because then in the morning you wake up and everyone's talking, at night everyone's talking, and you know, you get the new campers as well who just, you know, they might have a fire that's too close to your tent and you don't want to get embers on your tent and burn holes in them or anything. It's a lot more peaceful and just overall nicer to be out here on my own. And yeah, this is just a really great spot. And I'm just drying out my tent now. It got a little wet from the rain this morning. And I'm about to cook some dinner and enjoy this sunset. What a way to end the last day. We got a pod of orcas as well. I've just come in. Let's see if I can get them on camera here. They're waving hi to me. Well, actually, they're probably just coming up for air, but you know, let's just pretend they're waving hello. Alright, I'm all packed up. It's day 5, the last day, and I got 12K to go. It's mostly all through the trees here, not really along the beach. And then I'll be done. I've reached another lighthouse. This one seems to also be really high up, so it can't be affected by tsunamis. I have a distance signpost. Uzbekistan, Japan, Saudi Arabia. I don't know why it's in miles. It should be in kilometers. Antarctica, Philippines, Belgium, France, the US, oh, pretty close. Australia, South Africa. And another hook system for, I guess, bringing up anything from the ocean. Well, I've come across some sort of old rusted motorcycle here on the trail. Not sure what it's doing here, but okay. All right, I think this is the final ladder to climb. I'm probably just like half a kilometer away from the end of the trail, so I'm hoping this will be the last one. Alright, I made it, end of the trail. Now I have to go register, let them know I'm off of it. But wow, 6 days, 75K, that's pretty good. Alright, so I'm just in the town of Bamfield here. Well, they probably call it Bamfield, but no mustard tigers around here. Anyways, I had a great time hiking the trail, and I'm actually going to come back here in about a week and I'll do some more hikes in this area, and I'm going to do some hiking further up on the island, so stay tuned for more videos on that. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the journey too.